Greetings, everyone. And so I am uh, doing some CAD stuff right now. This is continuation from the live stream from earlier, and I'm getting this part ready to print. And let me save this. Oh, so let me go ahead. Yeah, this is how it looks on StreamYard. So, okay, let me go ahead and stop sharing this. Wrong thing to share. I want to share. Oh, share screen. Share screen. But this is odd. Okay. Well, let's see. Yeah, that's odd. So what the program did for some bizarre reason is glitched. It's spliced the SolidWorks CAD program with the StreamYard CAD StreamYard streaming thing, and it made two into one. So it showed part of the CAD stuff and part of the StreamYard thing. That's weird. So anyway, I have a question to ask everybody. Send like an email to people. Let people know that, like, for example, if you are order 123, and I might be working on order 123 live, and do like live broadcast using the printers, showing the how that particular order is working out. So I'm wondering if I can do something like have let's say three orders: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you know post in the stream. I'm working on these particular orders. If your order number is 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, or 7, 8, 9, then come join the stream and you get to see your order being worked on live. Of course, it may take several days, and there might be several hours depending on the item. But for the fun, you get to see your order being made. So I was wondering if that would be something that people would appreciate. And let's see, what I need to do here is adjust my window. So if that would be a good idea, if that would be something that you would be interested in, let me know. I don't want to have anything sensitive, like if I don't want to use people's names, and maybe there might be an issue. For example, is there any particular issue of using the actual order number? When you make an order on DioWarriors, you get an email for confirmation, and it has an order number. And I was wondering, well, maybe I should. What if I were to make or what if I were to use that particular order number, or what if I were to make like an alias video order number, that kind of thing, some sort of alias for that order. And so, for example, if you order 1099 for 56, okay, I send an email to you and say your alias order number for the video is 123. So that way no one can try to say, hey, I never ordered from DieWarriors before, but guess what? I'm order 1099 for whatever I said. They won't know, so so I'm wondering about that. If that would be an idea, let me know. It might be fun to see your order being worked on the printers. If you order a VSS console or something, you get to see it live being printed. And maybe I might be able to have a camera, going live for 10 hours or something like that. Watch your VSS console is being done right there for 10 hours, that kind of thing. And so it might be fun. I need to expand this window a little bit. Going back and forth. Okay, there. Hey, who's this? Someone sent me a message. Yeah, that looks interesting. Being small. Small 3D. That's good. Hi, I'm just replying to a message someone sent. Also, okay, getting back to it. So, okay. So what I'm doing here is wasting my time. No, I'm joking. What I'm doing here is making a platform that I could put on top of the mini warp core that I showed in part one. So if you haven't seen that little mini warp core, go take a look at the beginning of the previous video from today. Kind of close to the beginning, I was showing the little warp core and the little platforms and stands and things like that I was doing for it. So I was mentioning that there's an area for people to stand, like a little platform that I'll put some grading so figures can stand at the right height to control the consoles that I will do for it. So I went ahead and started to work on this platform I could put on it. So with this, I'm just closing off some areas, getting it ready for printing. This is the first half of the platform. There's going to be a second half that will be placed right on top, and I'll show you why I'm doing it in two halves. Let's go ahead and make an extrusion here. Up to the surface. Okay. Oh, up to the surface. Yeah, that's better. So this will be printed upside down like that. And the reason is because there's details here that, well, it's like this. Look, for example, if I were to print it like this, okay, there I would have to put support material to support all of the overhangs that you see hanging around. So instead of wasting all of that material, I was thinking of just printing it like this, upside down. So that way the printer goes up, and all of this will be touching the build plate, and nothing will be overhanging really. But what I would have to do is print the part two, the other half, and put the other half on top of this, and that would have details that would hold these little floor grates. And these little grooves, I'm hoping, are going to be the right sizes, because what I want to do with them is put have the ability to put guardrails, so a figure won't suddenly fall off the edge. But what I want to do here also is let me do one more thing, and then I'll begin doing the final prep on it, and then I'll send it to the printer. So if you're curious, I seriously am thinking about doing the order number thing, so you can watch your order being done. My only concern is privacy. I don't want people who didn't order to claim that they ordered, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to do a system that make it fun but keeps privacy. So like this. Then I take this and do a circular array. This is an octagon, so let me make 8. Delete that. So yeah, this is good. Features go up. This direction. I can do 5. Well, it's not, this is 5 right here. What if I make this one about 3? Yeah, this is 3. Okay, so something like this. So what I'll do now is let me go ahead and save. I'm going to start rounding some corners, so everything has a little bit more. Things have a better look, and it'll print cleaner too. Let's see, what's a good number? 0.5, half a millimeter. Let's see how this looks. What we'll do, yeah, that should look good there. Let's just do this to all of them. Okay. And let's see, this one is there. Do I want to do the same measurements for the outside area? Maybe not, but let's see. Definitely do it for the outside. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and select that. Go ahead and select this, and let's just do one for all of it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good there. Uh, okay, how about the inside here? Remove some from the edge. Yeah, that's fine. Since this is going to be underneath the warp core, I'm not too worried about fine details or things like that. It's going to be hard to see anyway. I just want this thing to print clean, so I don't have so I could have very little cleanup. This is also not going to be painted. Uh, and like I said, since I'm working on orders right now, I got things printing, I got things going on. So those things have just finished. So let me. So that's not going to work. So let me get a part out of this machine. I'm also trying to work a little bit quickly today because I see I'm going to have to spend some time to put black filaments in one of these printers and print more consoles. I'm also getting ready to do some laser cutting. So in a little while, I will do some of that. I want to be able to see a lot more. I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, yeah, let's try this. Yeah, good. Exactly what I want. Okay. And let's see. Uh, 0.25. This here is only half a millimeter. I need to be able to see the whole thing. let me do this again. So it looks like there's no wind. I'll just have to do this. Go through all 8 times. Oh, Maybe I do want it like this because yeah, let's try it. Okay, let's just accept it. That's going to be half a millimeter right there. Oh man, that's really thin. Okay, let's do the front here also. Yep, went all around. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and begin the process of printing this. So I'm going to save it. File, save as. What core? Okay, platform. Let's go to STL. Uh, right here, go this there, go there. There. Okay, so I'm going to close this one. Close that. Actually, I'm going to stop the stream on that one. And what I will do is okay. I need to load up the software that does the slicing for the STL. Let's look. Oh, our print has finished. Okay. Okay. And got these little pieces I'm printing for, you know, putting these things in. So got these right here. Okay, the slicer program is ready. Yeah, let's take a look at this. So let me move this out the way and share the screen. Hey, there it is. Okay, so you get to see how it goes. I'm just going to drag and drop from the warp core. Uh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Platform frame 1-1. Okay. Platform frame 1-1. Oh, I'm drag and dropping it into the wrong window. It would help if I did it right. Look at that. Huge. So I'm going to rotate this. And I'm going to rotate it again. Yeah, about like that. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and print. I'm going to do. Okay, that's good enough. I'm going to make this less 15% infill. I don't want to. It's only going to be here. It's going to be taking time on the infill. I can actually do less and it won't hurt. Let me do slice. So it's going to take all day. And let me see if I were to reduce the infill, because this one doesn't need to be very, very strong. It's not going to be under a lot of load. A figure is not that heavy. And of course, I don't play with it like I am some sort of kid, smashing down the figure on it. So it doesn't need to be that much. So for fun, let's do a preview. So the printer is going to print it like this. So you see all of these little infill, these little hexagon type lines right here. That's the infill. That's 15%. So that takes time. So if I were to reduce that, let's just for fun, let's take a look at 10% infill. Reslice it. So when we take a look at the infill pattern for that, you can see it's a lot less. So let's do something a little bit. Let's say 12% slice. And see how long this will take. So still over 7 hours. You can see the infill pattern is a little bit more dense. So let's go back to 15%. And let's also change the infill pattern. And let's see if we get any improvements on the time. Okay, so this is the pattern. What's a good pattern to look at? I guess we just did it that. So let's try hexagon. Let's see how that goes. Oh, let's change it. How about octets? Would that be any advantage? Maybe gyro the cubic. Let's try this. So we'll just read the notes there. 7 hours, 21 minutes. Uh, uh, that's interesting. Interesting pattern. Octet might work. Let's let's try this one. Slice. Oh, look at that pattern. That's weird. I'll go ahead. I'll go back to octet for now. I'll try that other one later, but that was interesting. That pattern. 7 hours, 21 minutes. Okay, let's just go with this. So one final check. So it'll print like this. Turn up. Okay. And let's go to this is the path copy file, save as. Okay. Paste. Go. And let's go to save the file. So just finish the saving. Okay, save the file. And let's do the G code for it. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and close this one down. Quit. So the next thing will be to send it to the printer. And of course, the process of that is simply copying the file. So I put this into the drive. There. Then I go to USB drive. Copy. Open a new window. What was I doing before? I can get rid of old. Yeah, I can get rid of old. Rail support. Old files. Ring mount. That sounds familiar. Yeah, I can get rid of that too. Ring mount. Okay. Platform frame 1.1. Just copy here. Okay. So in 7 hours, let's see how it comes out. Let's see. So see, this is why I want to have another camera thing right here in front on a little tripod. And I need to do something with that, so I might do it now. I'll explain in just a moment. Okay, well that goes. I need to. Hairspray works good for keeping things down. So let's see how that goes. Okay, what I want to do next is I want to make something for the cameras. I'm not sure if I'll. Yeah, I think maybe I should do it right now. What I want to do is on the tripod, this little piece here, I want to make a little rectangle that will fit into this, sloped on one side, uh, because first of all, the piece that I have for it it's somewhere. It's somewhere in a pile of things. So I don't have the original at the moment to work with. So what I'm trying to do is make a replacement. The other thing is that these little security cameras, like this, they come with a little, it's a large metal washer, and these are magnetized on the bottom. Hold that thought. Okay, this gives an outline of how large the print is going to be, and this is called a skirt, where it extrudes a little bit of filament all around, kind of like priming the extrusion. It gets the plastics going. So before it actually goes to the actual part. So anyway, so back to this thing. Yeah, so I started off slow with this for the moment, and I will increase the speed because I don't want to be here 9 hours. It's for 7 hour print. So I reduce the speed to go slow, and I'll increase it to go faster to normal speed. So, anyways, what I want to do is that the security camera comes with a metal washer because the bottom part of it is magnetic. So the idea is you can glue, attach that metal washer places under a counter, under a ceiling, anywhere, on the side of something. And but the thing is that I want to do it on a tripod, but I don't want to sacrifice my original tripod when I find it. The little mount. I don't want to sacrifice that when I find it. So I'm making a replacement that I can sacrifice because once I glue that metal washer thing on there, it's going to be hard to separate. So I'm not even going to bother to separate. I'm just going to keep it on permanently. So so I'm going to make a small little rectangle piece that can easily be printed and inserted in there, and then I'm going to glue the washer on it. And when that's done, I'll be able to mount this little washer right to it. But I want to do it where it's large enough where I can have two of these cameras mounted, one here, like that. But from you know, one here and one here, with some gap in between, so I can turn the camera. So that way I could have the tripod mounted like right here in the middle, and look at both of those printers. So it's going to be kind of a um, special mount piece. So I'm going to work on this one real fast right now because it's it's a rectangle, essentially. So how hard can it be? Fingers crossed. Okay. Let me increase the speed on this other one. Yeah, so I'm trying to quickly print these things for the VSS like right away as much as I can. But I do have to put some black filament on this one and print some more consoles. I have enough of the standard gray consoles not to worry about at the moment, but it's this one that I need to put with the black. Speaking of which, I need to switch this thing. Okay, so while that machine does its thing, um, I'll see about now taking some measurements off of this tripod, and that way I can mount the camera to it. Uh, so that's going to be an interesting little project because, being a rectangle, it shouldn't be. Uh, I got to start the machine. Shouldn't be too time consuming to make. Okay, so I need my caliper to get an idea. So let me start the CAD thing. Share screen. So let's share this one. Okay. And let's get started real fast. New part. Okay. Then we go top, sketch, sketch. So I want to make this. Well, this I want to make it 44 millimeters. Now, what would this be? This is a bit of a challenge because the bottom part how am I do it? The bottom part is about 40. And that's basically it. Uh, so let me select that number and let me just put it into the middle. It kind of bothers me to have it off the side. So the way I do it is I just make two lines and then I move the whole thing so that the middle point is in the origin. So real fast. There to there, voila. Now how, let's see. I see it's also sloped. So it's about 8.5 millimeters tall. Features extrude. So let's say 8 millimeters tall, and there is a slope. I don't have a way to estimate the slope except by eyeballing it. So let's say 5 millimeter slope. So let's go to um, here. So this and this, I'm going to slope it. It's 10. So I say 5. Uh, see the. I guess I'll do it more. So let's say 8. So that was 8, right? So let's say let's use 6.5, something like this, and something like that. I'm just eyeballing everything, so things are not completely. I don't want to do 45 degrees. Do I want to do 45? Yeah, let's do 45 degrees. That's always safe. Okay, so let's do something like this. Um, there. Okay. Let's do shell command at around 2.5 thickness. Show preview. So that's the shell command there. And because this is 3D printing, let's strengthen this area here. Let's do center line. Because it's sloped, I'm going to have to go back and kind of trim. So let's just do this. Let's go here. Let's make a copy. Paste it. Let's do an offset. In other words, make a second line. Offset at, let's just make this 2 millimeters thick, so it'll be with a bidirectional. And let's put end caps. Let's make lines. What's that noise? Well, all the prints seem to be okay. Let's go ahead and make a copy of this. I'm not gonna do the copy like. Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and make a piece. Let's just go like from here to here. Let's just go right in the middle. So something like that there. So let's just go paste, grab it, paste it. And then we take this and say here we want to make a mirror around that middle line. Right there. Okay, go features. And let's do an extrusion of about 1 millimeter. That way it's a bit strong. Let's go ahead and do fillet. Let's do 0.5 millimeter. Just fillet everything. We didn't like that one, so let's just do it like that. And then let's just do fillet again. Right there. And then let's again let's do all of this. the whole bottom like that. So you see how it has these things. I'm going to have to just make a little bitty cut. Maybe there's a better way to do this. So if someone knows, let me know. Okay. Here, here, here. There. There. And then let's make a mirror. Block the whole thing. Mirror entities. There we go. Features. Extruded cut. Line up to the surface to this side. And then voila. What do we get? Okay, we get that. So good. So let's do fillet again. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let me go ahead and add a little notch. Let's do it from the sides right here. I do these little notches so I can put a knife in underneath the object. Because sometimes what happens is that it may print very, very well on the build plate, and it becomes very difficult to remove it. And I'll try all sorts of ways to remove, and it won't budge. So I need to have something that I can put underneath the object and lift it off the build plate. So these little notches, they're just enough for me to put a small little bitty Swiss Army knife kind of thing, so I can get in there and lift it. Let's just make a mirror, and then this will be the end of this piece. 90 degrees, 1, 0. Okay. Block it all. Mirror. Again, select it. There it is there. This. Now I want to make a cut. Just big enough so it doesn't look bad, like 1.5. That's about right there. That's it. And then we have this little notch that I can put the knife in to lift it off the build plate. So let's, I don't want to do that. So let's just make things nice and rounded and then save it as an STL. 0.25. Looks like, yeah, okay. Well, it didn't like something. It liked that. It didn't like that. So, okay, let's just do that and just call it quits. Okay, so save. What do I want to call this one? This one goes into a special folder. It's a one-to-one tool. But special kind of tools. Tools for CAM. What do I call it? iPod mount. For the Wise security cameras, Wise tripod mount. They just call it like that. Let's see, version 1. In case I have more than one versions. The software, which has always found it to be important. SolidWorks 2020. Because what if I do it in Fusion 360? What if I alternate and have Fusion 360 and SolidWorks 2020 and so forth? You know, so I always found it to be useful. Wise tripod. Just do that. And let's save it as an STL. File, save as. Folder. Because what if I use a different machine or something like that? So I want to keep STLs and STLs. Okay. Yes. Done. So that's done there. So the next thing I want to do is go to the slicer to basically generate the STL. So when it loads up, I'll share the screen. Just waiting. The splash screen saying Ultimaker Cura. That's a slicer that I'm using for these printers back here, as well as for these little ones. I'm just okay. Let's see. Do I want to use a big printer for it, or do I want to use a little printer? Let's use the little printer because that way I don't waste time on the big one. So let's switch to a little bitty. 15%. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Triangles, that's good. Skirt, that's good. So let me let's see. Oh, let me go to the proper folder and drag and drop the thing. 1:1 scale. Under Tools for Cam, Wise Tripod Mount, version 1, SolidWorks 2020, STL, and then, oh, I need to share the screen. So, share screen, application window, and this one here. Okay. So, that's that one there. Let's go to take it, drag and drop. This is in. Select it. 90 degrees. Yeah, right there. Okay, this is good enough. Let me slice it. So it'll take about an hour. Let me make another folder. And select. Always make a folder for the different printers. And let's see, copy this path. So when you go to preview, this is how it's going to look with the prints. It's going to go up like this. See, it's going to make this. Can you see this on the screen? Can you see my mouse on the screen? Yeah. So it's going to make this this line around there. That's called a skirt, and it's going to prime the print first, and then it's going to start printing the actual items. So so when we go up, so it'll go what, 9 layers before it makes the bridge across. It's going to go up, and then we're going to do this. That's it. So let's go File, Save As. Paste. 51. Paste. Okay, done. File. Quit. Okay. Let me get that SD card for it. And I'll copy the files to it. Just one file. And begin printing it. Two prints have just finished. Open window. Okay, what can I delete? Base adapter 2.1, delete. And then this Wise tripod mount. Okay. Close that. And get back to this. Okay. Computer, turn on Mini Select 7.
Okay.
Okay, so a chair just printed. Let me see how many chairs I need to print right now. Nothing there. Orders. Come on. Always something to slow down the screens. Loading. Internet's slow today. Okay. So I gotta print another one. Okay. Two hours, 49 minutes. It will be ready again. So, so you can see. So a chair just got printed, as well as a stand for the captain's chair. It will fit in this one, so if you want a more fancy stand, it's there. So, okay, I put this aside, that aside. I need to do another stand and another chair. One more. Oh, and that print just finished. Been printing these quite a bit. So that one's done. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. I'll wait for that printer to cool down and then I'll start it again. Okay. So let's start the other print. Okay, let's see. What I also need to do is do laser cuts. But I'm a little tired, so I may do the laser cut a little bit tonight. If you think 3D printing is easy, it is. When you run a business off of it, it keeps you going, you know. You can't really sit down. The more printers you have, the more you have to kind of babysit them. And if you're running different print jobs on the printers, they get finished at different times. So the more printers you have, and each one is finishing at different times, you really don't have the time to sit down. Can you imagine 30 3D printers? Ugh. Well, one thing I need to do also is, and I'll show you. Okay, another. So this is another CAD thing I need to do. I need to do this kind of like ASAP. You see this? The inside. I need to I need to make a small little bitty cover. So what I'm going to do is a lot of copy paste, some adjustments, and then print that. I need to do this ASAP. So let me put this tripod thing away. So I also need to prepare more of these command consoles. I'm glad people like them. I need to print more of them. I also am thinking of printing some for myself for the VSS. So I am thinking I am going to have to really maybe get 2 black spools of filament. But one I need to print for everybody else. I need to have an inventory of them. And the other I need to start printing like for myself for the VSS. But I can't quite do this for myself yet because I really don't know how many I need for myself. So what I'm thinking of doing is what I'm thinking of doing. Well, first of all, is I need to finish the VSS some more, and then what I think I'm going to do is when I get to the point where I can work on the interior to do things like greebles for the inside walls, things like that. Then I will take some time to design some new consoles. So it won't be just these everywhere. It'll have other kinds of consoles that work with these. Straight consoles with other different ways to mount consoles. Instead of using legs, they can be mounted directly on the wall. There's lots of uses for these. I want to try also console parts that can be mounted from the ceiling, you know, for displays. I'm not quite sure what I'm thinking about on this yet, but I do want to do some displays that are mounted from the ceiling. So you know, when a figure walks in, you know, they have all these displays here plus something on top that the figure can look at and do other things. Um, but I'm thinking of doing the interior of my VSS in black. Not everything, okay? I'm talking just like the consoles because the green displays do work pretty well. I am rather impressed. For some reason, the acrylic, the green acrylic, when you change the light color for blues and things like that, they really do light up. Here's an example. This is a UV flashlight. So if you just shine a UV flashlight on it, the black is going to get even more brilliant. Can you imagine if you can direct the light? Look at that, just from the side. Can you imagine if you direct the light um, in such a way where the inside stuff gets illuminated, or if you could have some UV light within the consoles itself, so things kind of illuminate from below. It doesn't have to be full power directly on. It could be just a little bit. The bad thing about UV light is that the plastics for figures don't like it. So, but the thing is that there's blue lights that will also have a similar effect. They don't have ultraviolet, as far as I know, but sometimes with the RGB light strips, when it changes to a purple color or blue, somewhere in the blue color, it really lights up a lot. So I'm thinking, if you could have something like a UV light effect without actually having UV light, you know, and that might be something to do if I could do that. So I am thinking about more consoles in black, but different ones. And hold that thought because I want to show you something. So here is another console part. It just came out of the machine for suppressing the lines, smoothing the lines. So it's got uh, let me get some light glare. It has oh, there it is. It does have some line patterns, but when you paint them and when you put your finger over it, you don't really feel the pattern at all. So it does have a glossy color to it. So I'm going to let this particular piece dry, and then I'm going to put it back into the machine for a second pass and keep doing it until I get a much smoother surface. So, but anyways, that same thing can be done for these. And what's nice is that these consoles are made to fit each other. So you can end up having a longer, bigger console with these smaller pieces. Of course, it's tacky right now, so it's not a good time to put plastic to plastic. So let me dry this one, put it someplace to dry, and let me put this into the machine also. This is going out for an order. Right. So that other part is getting into the machine. I'm now going to increase the speed on this thing. I started at 50%, increase it to 60, increase it to 70. This chair's got plastic things falling off. Interesting. So right now it's going at 70%. Increase it to 80. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm just inspecting pieces. So okay, starting that print. I now need to start another print. Okay, I got these prints ready for another display piece. It's a pretty clean print, so I don't have to do much with it. Uh, I tell you one thing: with the more printers are running, the more hot a room gets. Uh, yeah, so things do get hot. I'm looking at the VSS right now, and I'm thinking like, okay, well, what else I can do with it? Can't do too much right now because You know what? That is a big piece. It's going to take up a lot of room on that VSS. But if I have to print it again, I can print it smaller. And if I have to print it smaller, I may have to do a different shape. Mhm. So yeah, I do think I need to get some black filament and make smaller consoles, different shapes, so they can be modular, and I could put those consoles in different room configurations in the VSS, which of course would mean that it's I could do different. If it works with the VSS, it'll work with a Terradrome. It'll work with just about any other diorama system. Oh, I forgot. I got to do this piece. So let me do this piece here, and then I'll call it quits for the day. My CAD program is off. Let me bring it back on. Let me also change the folder to the proper folder that I need. Okay. Uh, Here. Is it here? Yeah, here. Okay. So let me share the screen again. Share screen. Share screen. Application window. SolidWorks. Share. Yay. Okay. Uh, File. Actually, I don't need to go file open. I have it right here. All I have to do is just double click. And yeah, I double clicked it. What happened? Can I just drag and drop? Nope. Now here goes. I wonder why it's taking forever. It's a small piece. Should not take forever. Maybe what I should do is kill the program and start it up again. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. You got lucky. I don't know why it took that long just to open up a small piece. Uh, Unless I have some sort of conflict. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Let's see. I'm going to say sketch, sketch, and I'm going to basically make an outline. this. Sorry, not that one. Like this. So here. Okay, now I'm going to delete these. Okay, now I'm going to make the inside line. It's more of a square, so I mean, it's like there's no rounded corners. So I don't want to take the inside piece. I want to take. It's because the inside edges are rounded, so that's why you see this outline. Like this is the outside edge. That's the outside edge. From here to here, from here to here, all that is rounded. So okay, so this is good for here. Now, just for my purposes, I'm going to identify the origin there, so it'll be easy to move things around. I am going to do the outline here. So that's the outer edge there. So all this right here is the outer edge. So I'm just going to make a little outline there. And here to here. Here to here. And what I'm going to try to do is delete all the insides. So I don't want to delete everything. So let's take like this. Go mirror. Control Z. If I did. It mirrored around there. I don't want to do that. Control Z. Why did it do that? Let's do this. Mirror. Oh, why? I don't want to do that. Control Z. I don't know why I did that. I don't want it to do that. So let's do this instead. Let's. Okay. That was odd. So let me do a little test. I'm thinking I could just make a circular array. Okay, it won't work because of that. So let me do this. Let me go center line right here. Okay. And let me block this in. Modify that. Oh, okay, it did. Okay. And let me go ahead and copy this one. Copy. Paste. Maybe I can rotate it. This may not work the way I intended. Yeah, not quite. But it still won't stop me from doing this. Copy, delete, paste. No, it's not going to work. So let's delete this. Let's delete this. Take this here. Take this here. And let's go ahead and just make a line. Now the inside circle part, can I simply extend it? Will it meet? Okay. Good. Now what I'll do is make a mirror of this. Okay. Good. Now I can go ahead and well, I'm not going to delete it. Now what I'm going to do is copy all of this. Copy. I'm going to go ahead and save it, just in case I need to come back to it. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's still saving. Wow, can you believe that? This is a small piece. I mean, it's like small. I don't know why it's taking forever to do file instructions with it. You know, like open, save. Yeah, go ahead. Twiddle my thumbs. Okay. Then I'm going to go File, New. Then I'm going to go identify front plane. I'm going to go Sketch. I'm going to paste what we have. Okay. So now I'm going to leave the outside border. All of this stuff, I'm going to leave this alone. Is the ins? I'm going to leave. I'm going to. This is what I think I need to do. Okay. I think all the stuff on the inside I'm going to kind of ignore for now. And I'm just going to make this into one thin piece, 1 millimeter thick. Just one. Now what I'm going to do here, let's change this color to some sort of blue to be like with the other one. What blue do I want? I don't know. This blue? No. That blue? Yeah, let's use this blue. Okay, so then I go to this face, go Sketch. I want to work on the insides. So all of this stuff on the outside here, I can delete. I think. Okay. Here's the tricky part. Is that I want to make all of these parts here in this area, these areas here, into like a plug. You know, I want it to fit into the other piece. You see the openings on this? I want it to fit into those openings. So I think what I need to do is get rid of the corners. Okay. Now I want to do an offset because one side has to fit into the other. So I could do a small little bitty offset, 0.125. And that should be the offset there. If I say 0.25, it's going to get rid of these rounded corners. 0.25. Yeah, you see how it becomes sharp? So 0.125 should be enough. Now there might be some trickiness, some tightness when it comes to printing these. So I'm going to select this one to give you an idea. So all the stuff in dashed lines are going to be are no longer going to be printed. It's only going to be the stuff inside of the solid lines. And so let me go ahead and do this for everything. And then we're almost finished. Okay. So now let's make it the extrusion. So maybe 2 millimeters extrusion to fit into this. Let's try two millimeters. And to help it fit in, so it won't be so tight, is let's do a little draft. So let's do let's do a small 1 degree draft and see how well that prints. Okay, so I always like to do rounded edges. It helps the print and helps fit things into other things. So just gonna do it like this, yeah. And if you look at the way this one is, you see how it has a rounded edges. So that's 1/4 millimeter. So I'm going to make this area here also 1/4 millimeter. And I'm going to do the same thing for the outer. And for the side of the outer. And that should be it. So now let's go ahead and save this and test it. What do we call this one? Magnet side beam M1-1. So let's call this one file save as. Let me go back out. File Save as. We call this one magnet. Oh, I forget what it was. Magnet beam. Uh, magnet side beam M. Instead of 1-1, let's try 2-1. I have 2-1 already. I do not. So this should work. Okay. Now let's go ahead and make a small little bitty assembly just to see if the parts are going to fit into each other. So let's put the first one. Okay. Let's go view, hide, show, hide, sketches. And let's bring in the other one too. Okay. And let's rotate the second one. Okay. Let's do a mate. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. This side to this side. This side to this side. And let's don't mate the last one. Let's just take a look and see how well it will fit. So far, it looks like it will fit there. Let's change transparency so we can better see. Yeah, so it should work. Okay, very good. So, so let's finish off that mate and then just completely seal it here to here. Oh, but there's one thing I want to do. One last thing. Oh, I need to save this first, I think. Mate. File, save as. That's engine. I want to go to. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry. I wasn't realizing it was showing the extensions for the assemblies. Assembly, magnet, side beam, and let's do this. Okay. And the last thing I want to do is. See, I don't know why it's taking forever just to save a small part. It's like any disk event, reading, writing, that kind of thing, opening, saving, that kind of thing. It's something must be conflicting with it. I don't know why. So gosh, this it's usually not like this. I don't know why it's doing it. Oh, good. So captain's chair has finished. Well, that's not good. It's getting a little bubble underneath the build plate. So that means eventually I'm going to have to rip off that build plate and replace it with another. So this is the captain's chair. Took a little bit more than 3 hours, about 3 hours, 20 something minutes. Back here. Another piece has finished. I'm going to get that. So this little piece print for the small display things. I got to print another, and then I got to print legs. And the legs take about 3 hours each, almost 4 hours each. Well, maybe a little bit faster, maybe around 3 hours each. So okay, the last thing I want to do with this, I could go ahead and close this. Is I want to make. Let me get the middle diameter of that circle. This one. I think it's going to be around 6 millimeters. So those. Edit. Oh, maybe the other way here. So this. Right there. 6.25. Okay. Which is quite large. Well, 6.25. That's fine. So, switch. And what I want to do here is go sketch, sketch. And I just want to kind of screw that up. So 6.25 there. So what I want to do here is just make this just cut away into this plastic. Remember, it's about it's 1 millimeter. So I'm thinking maybe I can make this just half a millimeter thick. Line offset from surface 0.5. So that should make it half a millimeter thick at that area. So then let's just go ahead and round this thing. Something like that. And file save. Then what? Wait 30 minutes to save the file. Oh, it did it. File, it did it quickly. File save as. Let's pick the STL. 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 Okay. Magnet side beam M1-2 save. Okay. And that's it. their delay. Okay. So, well, long day, just long day. What I need to do next, and I'm going to end this video now. Uh, yes. Okay. What I am going to do now is make the STL, the G code for that, slicing the code. Is the next step to send it to the printer. And then I will take a small break. So when these other printers begin to finish their prints, uh, I'll do a leg in black for the black consoles. And I gotta do 3 of them for each console, so 6. I gotta do 6 legs. That's gonna take a few hours. At the same time, after I take a break, I'm going to start up one of the laser cutters, for cutting some more of the green display stuff, acrylic stuff. But I'm going to use the small laser cutter for that. And so I usually have another machine that I dedicate just for that small laser cutter. So I'm going to use that small machine first. Not first. I'm going to use that small machine. And instead of trying to stream with it, what I usually do is I usually log in, with another account, that kind of thing, using this monitor here. So it goes through the network and all that. So it'll be a hassle to stream everything. It's probably just going to slow me down, really. So just to set the laser cutters up, find the file to cut, set them on, do the layout so they cut where I want them to on the displays, because I think I'm going to recycle an old acrylic sheet that has already been used but has space enough for me to put some more, to do some more cuts. So I'm just going to lay it out and just cut it real fast. It's not going to take too much time. And then I will put everything into a bag and get this guy's order out ready for tomorrow. And as you know, as you see me already, I am working on other orders. And tomorrow I'll try to do some more as well. In the morning, I have to make an errand. So if I do a video tomorrow, it will be maybe around after lunch, unless I get back in time. Then I'll do one before lunch. So who knows? We might. So the idea about doing the order number thing. Well, if you look at these videos, and for privacy, it might be a better idea, instead of broadcasting the order numbers and stuff out there, and saying, if you do, if you have order 1, 2, 3, here's instead of that, maybe it'll be better if you private message me or email me or something like that, saying, I wouldn't mind, being informed that my order is being, broadcast, that kind of thing. Of course, I'm not going to mention the name or anything like that. And but you will know it's you who I'm talking about. So anyways, if you like that idea and you want to see your order being processed and being made, let me know. And the more of these cameras that I get, the more I'll set things up so I can use them and stream from them. So, and that should be Wednesday night, really, because I'm expecting the delivery from Amazon Wednesday, Wednesday night, hopefully, and maybe I'll do it. Do a live stream of setting these things up. You know, so that might be interesting. Okay, I'll talk with you later. Thanks for watching. Now to take a little break and prepare the laser cutting stuff. Later.